Prepare to attack the enemy's control points.
Get behind me, Doctor!
I am fully charged!
You are listening to Control Point, a Team Fortress 2 podcast with Brent Copeland, Eric Fullerton, Wes Wilson, and Spencer Williams.
Control Point, episode 27, recorded on April 20th, 2008. I'm Beefy.
I'm Cheesy.
I'm Jalapeno.
And I'm Spencer Williams. How'd you like that Journey intro? That was
nice.
pretty cool, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It was not cool because it was Journey.
Are we going to explain why we just played Journey?
We'll talk about that in our status.
Oh, right.
Oh,
So
I
it's cool.
guess. I don't know. I think we should just leave it out there as like a secret.
I've got a secret.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, welcome to another episode of the Arby's Cast. My name is Spencer, as we have already covered, and I am sick, so I may not make much sense today, as opposed to all of those other times where I am completely lucid and without fault.
And you know how he's usually in such a great mood? He's in even a better mood today.
Can't wait.
Oh my god, I'm gonna strangle you to death with your own intestines.
Nice.
That doesn't sound like fun.
No, that's not.
Well, I
Anyway.
have 4 words that might just change your life.
Okay, go for it.
What's in the briefcase?
What is in the briefcase?
All
I
right.
bet it's a bunch of crap.
Wow.
We have results of the Gamers with Jobs versus Control Point epic confrontation.
Yay, that makes me happy.
That was a lot of fun. Valve reveals the new medic weapons and releases Meet the Scout, the video. Very funny stuff. Also, a new Control Point TF2 challenge will be declared later on. And also in our recon section, we have Turbine. Excellent
Turbine.
old school map. Woohoo. And also in the listener contributions, you want to say this one, Wes?
Yeah, we've got some listener contributions.
Mm-hmm. A certain someone was having fun playing the CP drinking game to episode 26.
Awesome.
So you'll get to hear the results of that later on. So, fun-packed...
I thought that was a reference to me for a minute, but I'll discuss why that might be a reference to me.
Oh, too much
during
cops
my
right.
week. Which I guess I could do my week, I guess.
Yeah, why don't you go first, Spencer?
Yeah.
I never go first.
I know.
I like going first.
Well, we don't like you going first either, but, it's about time.
Okay, well, this week I didn't get a whole lot of TF2 in, but I did have about the most fun I've had in a long time at the Gamers with Jobs match.
Yes, and for those who have not listened to previous episodes, we threw down the gauntlet with the Gamers with Jobs, and we did a Team Fortress 2 contest with them last Wednesday. And,
Yes.
And it was epic.
Yes.
It was epic, and I don't use that term lightly except when I feel like it.
You don't just toss it around all willy-nilly?
No, I'm not an
Unless he's
epic.
drunk. When he's drunk, he throws that epic around all
Yes.
the time.
Oh.
Yeah, being drunk is epic.
I don't know what that means, but anyway.
Anyway, yeah. But we had a whole lot of fun. All 4 of us were there. We picked some people from the community to help represent Control Point, and that was a lot of fun. And I'm sure we'll go into more detail later on with that. On Friday?
Yes, say Friday. Friday's a good answer.
It was on Friday. I was driving the cattle across the prairie.
Really?
On my trusty steed, George. Anyway, on
What
Friday
does this
I did
mean?
play. I have no idea. I'm so out of it.
He called me a noble steed.
Nice. What?
Gross. Okay, so Friday I finally did get to play a little bit more, and I played some on server 1 and on server 4, and it was a pretty fun night. I will halfway through the night I got hiccups, and I'm pretty sure someone was recording it, and I'll suffer for it later. And that's what I thought you were referring to there in the briefcase when you were hiccuping.
Oh,
no,
that's weird.
Oh no, someone sent in like me hiccuping, and I'm never going to hear the end of it ever. But fortunately, it doesn't seem like that was the case.
So you can't stop hiccups once they start?
I couldn't stop those. They went on for like 18,000 minutes.
Wow.
That's a long
Sounds painful.
That's a long time.
But
Hiccups
it was a lot of fun. And that was my TF2 playing. Having some computer issues. Hold on here.
Hey, we're not.
Just not doing well tonight.
Good over here.
I eventually got very, very tired and had to quit playing. That was it. I am currently sick. So, yeah, that's my week. I'm sick. And
Awesome.
Well, I hope you feel better.
Totally.
I'm not sure I should do this next thing on here right now since I'm kind of not feeling well. I may not do it right. What do you think, Wes? Should I do it now or?
I don't know. Can you maintain an even hand?
I think I can try.
Okay.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Something that I've noticed happening more and more lately, and maybe you guys can like either back me up or tell me that I'm full of crap and that this isn't true, is that we have. It seems like some of our community members are starting to get more and more like kind of pissy with us. Not everyone, and not even the
We're
majority.
all dead silent over here.
Well, it's
Not
kind of
even
like
the majority. It's just a few people.
I think it's inevitable. It's kind of like living with someone, you know. I mean, the more you know someone, you know, the greater the chances are that you're not going to get along. You're going to get annoyed, you know, with one another.
Are you
kind of like being married, maybe?
It's not that. I mean, it's not that. It's not the kind of familiarity pissy. It seems more like it's.
There goes my theory.
It's people feeling like somehow we don't give them enough credit or something. I don't understand it really, but
Well, that's nothing new.
I know, but it seems like that there's more and more of an entitlement issue with some people in our community, and I'm getting kind of sick of it.
I have experienced this through Spencer. I tend to be a little bit more jolly just when interacting with other people, but I have noticed that, like, for instance, and we'll go ahead and delve into something here. During the Gamers with Jobs confrontation, what we decided to do was have everybody log into Steam Chat 30 minutes before the battle, and we would pick the people out of Steam Chat that we thought would make a good team. Well, realistically, we're going to pick the people that we play with most often. And so we picked...
Well, the people we know their skills.
Right,
you know?
right. Mm-hmm. For instance, I mean, Sigma Sign was a given on the medic thing. I mean, he taught the medic class. You know, we play with him a lot. We know we've bragged about him doing the multi-Uber thing, you know, when we did that UA competition. So it was pretty much a given that if he's on, oh, hey, we need a medic, he's the obvious choice. Well, I actually went back and scrolled through all of Steam Chat from while we were in the game. And I listened to people comment on the fact that who we had chosen.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's funny.
I read every single bit of the Steam Chat. Now, I have to say, some of our community members stood up for us. And they're like, well, who do you expect them to choose? Of course they're going to pick the people they played with. Yeah. But there were some other people that were like, oh, it's just them. Yeah, they couldn't have seen those coming. You know? And I'm like, well, you know.
So much drama.
I know. And just so everybody knows, you know, if we do this again, we're going to pick different people. We just said, okay, we're doing this thing. Let's pick some people that we know, you know. Mm-hmm. And but some people
are going to pick different people.
We're yeah.
Okay.
We're going to try to. I mean, you know, we may still pick a few people that we're really comfortable playing with. I mean, that's one of the things is I know some people said that maybe we should pick the people earlier for the next thing, which is going to be the evil avatar, which we'll talk about here in a bit. We should pick early so we can get some practice in. And really, there's a lot of issues with that. And I know that even within squads, people have trouble getting everyone to show up for practices and stuff like that. And this isn't really a squad thing. This is just sort of, you know, who can we get together to play? And I don't want to have to deal with scheduling conflicts. So I'd really like to just have people who can play show up at that time. I mean, rather than have to worry about, oh, I thought I could play and then I couldn't and all that stuff.
Another thing is we're mostly doing this to have fun.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, this is an entertainment thing for us, just like, you listen, I hope, for entertainment's sake. And we produce this for entertainment. And occasionally, when someone's getting, kind of pissy with me, it's a lot less entertaining and less fun for me to do.
And the truth of the matter is that if we're going to pick the people to do this stuff that we enjoy playing with, if you want us to make it into a job, then, let's start talking about how much we're going to get paid. But since we're not getting paid, we're still going to try to have fun. So, just in general, people, don't get me wrong. We understand that you are involved in the community and you would like to be involved in some of these things that we do. And that's why we had an open cattle call. We were going to pick people. We were going to pick people who were available. Now, we had over 50 people in the Steam chat.
That number keeps getting larger and larger. I think there were really only like 15.
No, there was over 50. I didn't even bother trying to see, try to say anything in the Steam chat because it was just scrolling by at an insane speed. But
well, I know we were, behind the scenes, we had our own chat room going where we were trying to talk. We were talking on Vent, and we were just going to pull the people into Steam as we could pick them. And we picked a few that we already, had already kind of knew we were going to pick. And then it was just trying to figure out who else we were going to pick,
And we actually consulted the other people that we played with, and we're like, okay, we need a soldier. Who do you recommend? Or, we need to get a spy. Shine Spike isn't answering, And finally we got Shine Spike to answer, and good Lord above, thanks for that. But anyway, I don't get us wrong. We want to include everybody, but there are going to be times where it's just not possible.
And since I'm sure we're entertaining everybody right now, maybe we can move along.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
I think that's an excellent idea.
I guess. But that was my week.
Any jellyfish in your week this week?
Are you making people drink?
Yes, I'm trying to make people drink.
You know what? Honestly, I see jellyfish every week.
Was a heavy rubbing them with bacon?
Dun, dun.
God, Wes, quit being so old.
What? I don't
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it.
I don't get that.
There is a requirement that I have to say it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I'm not doing it.
Has to just come from the heart.
Yep.
Hey, old Wes, how was your week?
My week was great. Most of my TF2 this week was spent getting ready for the Gamers with Jobs thing. But I did get some other playtime in with everybody and had a good time. I still am not scoring very well. As a matter of fact, during the Gamers with Jobs match, at one point in time, was it you, Spencer, that pointed it out? Or was it Sigma Sign?
Yeah, it was me.
Spencer goes, guys, we really need to get together. Wes is at the top of the high score, obviously not playing very well.
Oh, and then we started doing much better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why don't I go ahead? Do we want to go ahead and talk about the score? I'll go ahead and talk about it here because I don't have anything to cover.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
We did 3 matches against Gamers with Jobs. We opted to stick with Valve maps so that we wouldn't exclude anybody. The first map that we did was Gravel Pit. We each did a round against each other trying to attack the other's defense. And there was a stipulation that if both teams completed the capture, that the person who did it fastest would win. We were struggling. We did not come out of the starting blocks quickly. As a matter of fact, we went after. Well, we defended first, and they did a great attack. We defended C for a little while, but it just didn't hold. On our attack, we went after B. They went after A first and took it quickly. We went after B first to try to shuffle some things up, and we got repulsed.
It did not go well.
No, we got repulsed. So we sent a team over to A, and we took A to make sure that we had the time. And then we went back to trying to take B, and it was tough. Finally, as the clock was winding down, we won in overtime.
Yeah.
The clock ran out while we were on the point.
It was really close. It was embarrassing, actually.
And then finally, but now we took C pretty well, but we had taken too much time. And
and they won on time.
Yeah, they won on time. The next match that we did was Dust Bowl, and we defended first, and we were doing okay. We were pretty proud of ourselves. And then, oh no, wait. Did they defend first, or did we defend first?
They defended. No.
Yes, they defended first.
They defended first,
and we failed to take the second point on the second leg of Dust Bowl. And I wasn't expecting that at all. I was totally expecting to just travel through it. So we didn't even get to the third leg, and we were like, "Oh my God! What? Oh no! This is going terribly." Then they took us on, and they did good, but we held them off at the very same point. So that was a tie.
Yeah, basically we both. It was dead even, and that's what I don't think Wes is getting across here very well. Is that we really were dead even almost the entire night. I mean, even when we were doing poorly, we were right up neck and neck with them in terms of score. And it was very close game all the way through.
Yeah, very well matched. Those guys are really cool too. They're funny.
Yes.
It's funny, like watching the demos and then like hearing their side, them talking and like talking smack against us, knowing that we can't hear them.
Do we have those files? Can we link to those files in the show notes?
I think we'll do better than that. I think we're going to put out a nice edited video.
We're getting together an edited video, but I don't think that's going to be ready by the podcast release.
Oh, right.
So
no, it's not.
We'll have the demo files available to download so that you could actually watch and listen to everything that's going on.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny. I was so wired after the competition that I pulled up the Dust Bowl one and watched it till like 3 a.m. But anyway, the last one that we did was we went to Two Fort. And this is where the CP people did great.
I think it's because server 1 is always stuck on Newport, so they got to play.
It could be.
Yeah.
But we had a good, solid, heavy push throughout the game, and we ended up winning 4-1.
Yeah.
Which they're and actually on their forums they said, "Hey, look, if we always win on the capture the flag maps, we don't care." I mean, we always lose. Right? We hate capture the flag so bad that it's okay. If we're going to lose, we're okay losing there. So
like the definition of sour grapes. Crap.
No. The time for smack talk is over.
I don't think it is.
I
They
think
just
it's
said
just
they
begun.
don't care about the one map that we won. They don't care about. That's a bunch of crap.
Anyway,
Well, it works out
I'm
in our favor because
offended.
we don't care about Dust Bowl or Gravel Pit.
All our team was clamoring to get off Two Fort 2. They were like, not Two Fort, anything but Two Fort. So I think everybody pretty much hated it equally.
Yeah. I like it.
I guess we're just
I'm the
better
only
at when we don't like something, we still go and do our best and don't sit back and get critted in the face.
Woo! Wow.
But there were some truly great moments, and if you get a chance, literally, I mean, Sigma supposedly, I just got a message. He's supposedly working on the files now. He's got the clips together.
Sweet.
But there is some amazing shine spiking being done.
Yeah.
Oh my
verb.
God. At one point, I swear to God, they were about to take point 4 on Dust Bowl, and Shine Spike went in and backstabbed their entire team while the rest of us were dead. It was amazing.
I mean, it was grotesque. And they have an amazing sniper, Tempest Blaze, is that his name?
Oh, yeah.
And he's notorious. When I played on Stan's Lounge with them, he had a reputation and he sniped me a lot.
He sniped me a lot coming out of the spawn. It wasn't really spawn camping, but he was way across on C, just picking everybody off.
And then he and Mint ended up getting into some epic sniper battles, and Mint did a great job, and it was tons of fun. We were all really, really wired after it. I've got to tell you, the Gamers with Jobs TF2 forum has exploded since that match. Like we invigorated them, they invigorated us. I mean, so it was really cool. And so then I played a little bit more, but I don't really have anything notable to say. I just played some TF2, and that's my week.
Y'all?
All right.
I guess
Brent, do you want to go next? Or Eric? Okay.
Oh, well, yeah, mine was for short, too. It's the same. It's just really the Gamers with Jobs confrontation. I had a couple of crappy issues, though. Like one, we were on Ventrilo, and my mic wasn't working over Ventrilo. I don't know why, but it works over just voice chat and Steam. or in TF2, so I could only talk when I was alive, so I don't know. I'll have to get that fixed for if we have another confrontation, which I know we do.
Yeah, but
we'll talk about
apparently
later.
they weren't using Vent, and they accused us of cheating at one point.
Really?
Oh.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, didn't you hear that? Like when they figured out we were using Vent. Oh, you guys are cheating. I see how it is.
Oh, they just were smack talking. They didn't care.
Well, I would hope that both sides would know that people are using Vent. I mean, or else it would kind of be cheating, right? If you didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you ask them?
Well, they actually talked about it beforehand, then said they were going to use in-game chat.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me that, and I was like, well, why aren't they using Vin, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
but,
and I knew they were going to use in-game, but,
I know. Had to give us an edge. I understand.
I didn't think we needed to be on Vent. You're the one that started the channel.
Most of us, I was talking most of the time in-game anyway, so...
And if you talk over Vent, it doesn't get recorded, so I don't think a lot of people really used it. But,
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry to bring everybody down.
Thanks, Eric.
Let's see. I was in Mississippi all weekend, so I didn't get a chance to play on the late Friday night games, which I love so much. Well, that was
What were
it.
you doing in Mississippi?
Visiting a friend, a lady friend
Eric's got a girlfriend
that lives in another state. Wah, wah, wah. I did see Elvis's home, his house that he grew up in. It was kind of cool. It's in
Yeah, I
Tupelo.
saw that Twitter post. I was wondering why you went there. I don't understand.
Well, I think that was it.
You know
for
what?
me,
I don't
right?
really care that much, but yeah.
Well, I'm
Brent, how
glad.
was
I'm
your
glad.
My week was wonderful, except for my daughter's been sick, and
Still?
Yeah.
No, wait, that
She's
was your
got-
son that was sick.
My daughter's got strep and tonsillitis all at the same time, so she's not even 2 yet. So see, she's not happy, but that's
Why
okay.
did you give your daughter the plague?
Because I don't like her. And my son started soccer, and I've been actually being the assistant coach for that, so I've been kind of busy doing that all week. But I did get some TF2 time in before the match. I actually played the Control Point map, the Beta 5 version, and I've got to say I had a lot of fun. Now, jetpacks weren't on, but it's a ES map, an escort map.
What is
And,
that?
It's they're putting in the ES for the new map. They're
Like
coming out
Gold
with
Rush, the new Gold Rush map?
yeah, supposedly.
Oh, right.
If a Gold Rush comes out.
Yeah.
So you escort, usually it'll be a cart or something, and this one it's a cow. It's like the stand-up cow, and it goes from one end to the other, and the more people that are around it, the faster it moves down the
Weird. I need to
aisle.
play that.
And then
Yeah, it
as
sounds
you-
like fun.
And as you look around, you just see like Eric's face and Wes's face and a bunch of
Creepy.
avatars and things from the forums and different things. So it's all control point based, and so it was a lot of fun just all around. And there were, I think, 12 or 13, 14 people on the server at the time. So it was doing pretty good.
What server
Nice.
was it on?
It's on server 5 only at the moment, and there's actually a beta 6 out. He says when the new SDK comes out, he'll be updating the ES part, the cart moving, to work better,
Oh, okay.
There's a new SDK coming out? I didn't know about that.
or something. I don't know anything about it. That's just what I got to tell about it. So I don't know anything else about that. But anyway, I unfortunately missed the soldier class. Because my son's soccer practice went late, and then I had to go to the Avett Brothers concert.
That was a day after our big game, wasn't it?
I almost went to that concert.
Oh, it was really good. You should have. But I've got videos and pics up.
Okay.
So if you want to see them, let me know. And
This
I
is
can
at the
send you.
Crossroads?
It was at the Crossroads.
Yeah.
And then Old Crow was Friday, but I didn't get to go to that.
Yeah. I got invited to go to the Saturday night one, but I didn't go. Or no, it was
So-
Thursday?
Thursday was Avett Brothers.
Yeah, I was invited to
Yeah.
go. But
So then Saturday after my son's soccer game, did I mention soccer?
yes, you did.
I played a lot of TF2 actually, and it was a lot of fun. I realized I'm not as bad as I thought I was getting, that I was doing pretty good all day. And I started off, and I hate to say it, but completely by accident on the European 1 server. I just saw number 1 and double-clicked. And I got there, and I was like, I don't remember putting this map on the server. And then I'm like, why is my ping so sucky? And why am I the only one here? And then Mija showed up, and I was like, why is Mija here? And then, like, Peace came on later. I'm like, what's going on? And then I realized I was on...
Do you remember what your ping was?
About 150. I mean, it wasn't that horrible. Yeah, it was still playable. And
okay, I was just wondering.
I got to find out what map it was, because it was a really cool map. Except for it was kind of a gravel pit. It had 2 stages. Maybe Dust Bowl is a better example. But it was indoors, had 2 stages, and it could have used a 3rd stage, I think.
In European Union, map play you.
You only play 2. So I played that for a while. Then we went to US 1 and played quite a while in there. And I figured out I need to start using the shotgun more. Like, I see soldiers using the shotgun all the time. And I'm like, why are they doing that? But I started using it more. And it makes a world of difference as a soldier to pull out that shotgun more.
It really does. I assume I don't really play soldier anymore, but as a heavy man, you really got to be using that shotgun quite a bit more than I think a lot of people do, just for the sheer fact that you can move and shoot at the same time.
Yeah,
we're getting an update here from the chat room. They're saying that Aqua was perhaps the map you're playing.
Yes, it was Aqua.
Okay. Cool. Everyone's shouting Aqua.
Aqua.
I guess I should have the chat up and look at it, huh?
No, I thought it was really funny. I was going to deliberately keep ignoring it and just let it go, just so everybody would be having conniption fits in the chat.
Well, the other thing is I feel like I'm really echoey, so every time I talk, I'm like, God, that sounds like crap. But maybe it's just me.
It's just you.
I think it's just you. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, then I will move on.
All right.
So, Eric, Spence.
We've all gone.
I guess it's time for...
Wait. Before it's time for... How about let's do our custom classes? We got
No, wait. We need to actually go into...
Is that going to be our... Yeah, that'll be on the loudspeaker. On the loudspeaker.
He stole it from you. You wanted to do it so bad. Man, you're such a jerk. Okay.
Did we forget to do a briefcase skit this week?
We did, actually. There was no briefcase skit this week. I paid attention to that.
I opened it up and everything.
Yep.
Did I not do something?
No.
I didn't.
Unless you count as a skit.
Oh, yeah. Which I do. Okay, that was a skit. That's all you get this week is a sound effect.
Okay, first off on the loudspeaker, the new medic weapons have been announced.
Yay!
They are, first off, there is the new... Well, which one do you get first?
Well, before we say, I have an issue with this. I think that medics don't need additional ways to kill people. They need additional ways to heal people. They're healers.
I hear what you're saying.
And that's it. That's my opinion. Okay, continue.
You know what? I actually have an opinion about that, too.
Okay.
But it's more about... And I was sort of getting into it in the forums with a few people for kind of discounting this whole update before it's even out. And I just don't understand that. I mean, it's Valve's game. They made this really awesome game that we love to play. I don't really understand why everyone is just going to assume they're just going to screw it up.
So you're saying that as long as we agree to play TF2, it's okay to be raped?
Yeah, pretty much. No, I'm saying that I think they deserve the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I say let's play it. They stopped the one change already because they said it didn't work, so why don't we give them a little bit of benefit and see what it actually turns out to?
I agree.
That's kind of where I'm at. So shut up, Eric.
Actually, one of the weapons is not more for killing. It may seem like it, the needle gun. Well, like the needle gun, healing them up. I think it's more
let's
to get
talk
out
about
of
the weapons first.
Okay,
go through them.
The first thing is there is a secondary metagun, which instead of generating an uber charge, it does something called Kritzkrieg. Kritzkrieg, yeah. Where you give someone 100% crits while they are charged up.
Right, and that's a buff.
And it's a buff. So it's just instead of them being colored and invulnerable, they will sparkle a little bit and they will crit with every shot that they fire.
Sparkle.
Nice.
Sparkle.
So they'll sparkle?
A little
Yes.
sparkle motion in
They
there.
do. There's actually a video that I saw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's very hard to notice, actually. You have to pay attention to notice that someone is Kritzkrieged.
So that must be part of the strategy, I guess, right?
Well, as someone brought up on the forums that you wouldn't want to be colored a particular way because then people would just go, "Oh, it's Kritzkrieg, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him."
Right.
But I figured that if you saw him Kritzkrieged in the first place, you'd want to get out of the way. You know, it would be like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be out here trying to kill him. I want to be finding cover. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like on the match when we knew the Uber was coming in, and we all just went, "Go into the building."
That was a Spencer idea, and it was brilliant.
That was brilliant.
I use that all the time on Dust Bowl.
The idea was on leg 2, where there's the trench. Usually there's an Ubered pyro that comes running in to harass the people who are not Ubered. Well, Spencer goes, you know they're going to run in with an Ubered pyro, so let's turn around and run back into the base if they do it. And we did, and they wasted an Uber, and then we came out and activated ours, and they didn't have a reply.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant.
I love it. That trick always works.
And you used mics down during that game, too. I thought that was funny.
Yep.
I hate the term, but man, everyone was just blathering on. I couldn't hear anything. Anyway, let's get back to the medic here.
The second medic weapon is the Blutsauger. This is a new syringe gun, and what it does is 2 to 3 points of every shot you get back in healing. So literally, bloodsucker, vampire. You're sucking the health from other people. You're doing 5 to 6 points of damage to them and getting 2 to 3 points back.
And I think this gun is really useful for after the guy you're healing dies at the front of the lines to get back to get someone else to heal.
Yes.
I don't think it's for going up and being a shadow medic or whatever we call it.
Absolutely
to, kill
not.
People.
So okay. So you're
and by
doing
the way,
damage.
the new weapons do not crit. So you can't
none of
crit. As far as I know, you cannot crit with the bloodsucker or with the bonesaw.
Huh. I didn't know that. That's
So what's the rate of healing? Do you know on the bloodsucker one?
Like I said, you get 2 to 3 points for every shot that hits.
Yeah, are you listening to this podcast?
2 to 3. Okay. So
What this is going to be now, keep in mind also the medic already partially heals while he's just hanging out. So this is not my commentary on this is it's going to get a medic out in the open shooting people to try to get health back, and a medic in the open is a bad idea anyway. So really, on the whole, this isn't that much of a crazy buff.
Now where it might be crazy, and I don't know if people have been talking about this, but what about spy checking? Like he will now be able to see if his health is going up faster by hitting someone with this thing.
I don't know. That's a good point. I wonder if it would be noticeable, because 2 to 3 points on that little plus in the bottom left, you might not notice it.
it just doesn't seem like that's really needed. You know, that weapon.
Oh, I think it's great. I mean it's like I said, it's getting out of the front lines to the back line. You now have a way to kind of heal yourself up. You're already running.
they
faster
already
than
healed
someone.
themselves. I think it entices medics to want to do damage. When we'd be missing
you
out
see
on
people
healers.
doing that a lot already. So they're sort of rewarding the emergent play styles that have come across. Is sort of how I look at it.
Yeah.
And they're losing the crit too. I mean, they can't crit anybody with it, and apparently, from what Valve says, that's how medics kill people is with the crits.
Well, I actually have done. That's what I'm hoping for. When I start shooting my syringe gun, if I start seeing crits, I'll stop moving as much and focus in. But I don't use it all that much anyway. And again, I think it gets people out into the open, which is bad for a medic anyway.
So, But what if a medic crits Craig's another medic with the uncrittable weapon? What happens, do you think?
That's a very good question. Yeah, I think that the world blows up.
Yeah.
The last weapon is a bone saw. Now, this is the one you get for having all the new medic achievements, which is how many was it? Did you
100?
100?
I'm making that number up, by the way.
But you have to get all the new
36.
36. You have to get all the new medic achievements in order to get the new bone saw. And the new bone saw, the damage that it does charges up your Uber charge. So
25% per hit.
Right. Now it fires 20% slower. So it's actually a slower weapon to attack with, but with 4 solid swings and connects with your bone saw, you'll have a fully charged ubercharge.
Wow. So is there any reason to go back to the old bone saw?
Faster attack and crits.
I wonder if that's worth it.
Honestly, it's going to be so long before we see anyone with this new bone saw that it's not really worth talking about at this point.
Right.
Think so?
The achievement, some of them are just silly. And we need to talk about that too. The achievements that we've seen are what do you guys think of them?
I mean, I think a lot of people are just going to cheat the system. I mean, it's so easy to cheat the achievement system that we're going to have people that just go onto a server and with their buddy and get whatever achievements they can get on how many ever, especially clans that want these for. Maybe they will be out for clan matches, but if they want them for clan matches or whatever, they'll just go do it with their clan. You know
what?
Well,
I just
honestly,
thought of something.
Oh, go ahead, Eric.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm already started. So I think that the most effective way to farm achievements is if you created a map specifically designed so that all of the, you know what I mean? So with one map, one play setting, you could get all the achievements. Now that I said that, it'll probably happen. It's awful.
You know what I think about a lot of the achievements? For example, if I remember correctly, I'm not looking at them right now. Do we have them up on the dock?
I didn't see
the list of the achievements?
No, we do not.
Okay. Well, one of them was with a Uber a heavy, and while he's Ubering him, he has to kill 4 people with his fists.
Yes, I saw that one.
That is a ridiculous achievement that will never ever happen in the course of regular play. Now, is it easy to get if you and a couple of buddies go out and try and get it?
Super easy.
No, it's still not easy. I still think.
What are you talking about? You have 4 scouts line up, you get the Uber, and you punch them and kill them all.
I don't know. I think that there's.
you do it in 2 seconds.
In itself,
It might happen in Duel 3.
I mean, basically,
that
you would have to kill 4 people in 10 seconds.
With your fists.
With your fists. I don't know.
If you
still
have it
have
set
to worry
up,
about their life. And I think that is going to be fun too. That's sort of I think that it's sort of another little meta game there that is going to be kind of fun to play personally. But
so now, but is this going to ruin the game going on these public servers where now people are encouraged to, go fisticuffs and all these weird, crazy things?
It's not going to ruin the game on our servers because if people are doing that, then they'll get kicked.
But really, I mean, now that's part of the game. So why would we kick anybody for it?
That's true.
Because
it's now specifically part of the game. I'm trying to get this achievement. Why would you kick me from the game?
Because
they can
we
do
don't
it on
have
another
to be
server.
nice.
Is my point.
Well,
we don't have to
They
be
can do
nice.
it on someone else's server.
You can just
we have to be nice.
You can release the paramilitary strike force.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't have the platinum membership anymore.
Oh, that's true.
Which, by the way, someone on our forums released the list of Uber servers achievements, and if you get a chance, you should go check those out.
I will.
Huh, yeah. Okay.
Did you not see those? They're
I saw them. They're very funny.
Rage kicks 5 opponents. Things like that.
Nice. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I had to check that out. We're still on the topic of achievements and medic stuff, or did we already exhaust this topic?
I think that's pretty much it, but we can keep talking about
I think the last thing is the healing. 10 million points?
Oh,
that's
a lot.
That's the big achievement. Heal 10 million points.
Yeah.
Wow.
No one's going to get that anytime soon.
What's
how long
average?
does it take if you put something on your keyboard that holds, that keeps you jumping or whatever, and another friend does it
for inactivity? What?
Set a Dr. Pepper on the
really?
mouse.
If you have your guy jumping and stuff, I mean, it's something easy to do with the G15.
True.
And you just have 2 people doing it, and you
now, how
can
many
heal someone
points?
all night long.
How many points do you heal per game on average? Anyone ever see that number?
I know that my highest per life, and mine's not very good, but is in the 3,000 range.
Okay, on
really 3,000. That's it.
Maybe 5,000. I don't remember.
We're getting a lot of digits here on the chat room.
Well, they're talking about some servers can up the healing.
Oh,
so is that going to count against the achievement? You know, or are they just going to have it on certain servers? You know, is
I think
that
we'll
going
have
to count?
to wait and find out.
Because then someone could get it in an hour, I think someone said. Or actually 30 minutes, because they were saying 2 million healing in an hour.
Pickle Me Up says over 9,000. I think that's probably correct, right?
Over 9,000!
And that's in a game?
Now, some people believe that this update is coming out today. That is this on Sunday. I do not believe that it's coming out today.
Yeah. Silence. Cricket.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's Valve.
Okay. So the
stuff.
next item on the loudspeaker, we have a new epic confrontation. Spencer, why don't you tell us about it?
Well, when we were getting ready for the Gamers with Jobs match, Wes asked me, should we do Evil Avatar next? And I thought about it, and I was like, oh, yeah, sure, why not? Evil Avatar is a gaming news website. If you're not familiar with it, it's one that I frequent quite a bit, and I'm active on the forums over there. And they have their own TF2 server, and I played a lot with them before we started up with Control Point, and they've got a lot of really good players. But I threw down the gauntlet over on their forums, and they have accepted. And
threw it back in your
we're
face.
That's great.
I'm
familiar with the site. I read the headlines and read the news and stuff. I'm not really active as far as saying stuff, but usually in the comments I'll see Spencer drop some stuff, so it's kind of fun. Like
I never say anything worthwhile.
Dropping some dope rhymes.
Yeah,
I go there to sign up for all the contests they have, because they have contests all the time.
Really?
They do?
And I read the highlights too, the headlines.
I don't.
Is this a
going on.
different website that you're talking
No,
about?
Evil Avatar.
Oh,
No,
okay.
they do.
Maybe
they
it's
do
like
have contests quite a bit.
during Christmas they'll have mouse and man, do y'all never go there? What's up?
I don't know who these people are.
Y'all just
That's
go to
awesome.
the forums.
But I heard their website sucks as bad as their TF2 playing.
Ooh.
I don't know,
Ouch.
you're in dangerous territory there, Wes. But anyway, the match is going to be next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday, April the 30th, at the same time, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And that's evilavatar.com. Little plug.
Yes. And and we're going to be picking people the same way. Join the chat room 30 minutes before the match or more. We should probably get started a little earlier this time, just to be on time.
Cool.
And then,
Are we using Vent?
We're using Vent. That way they know fully well we're using Vent. You use Vent.
But then it doesn't get recorded. But
Yeah, we should do most of the stuff so that it gets recorded in the demo file.
Yeah.
Pansies. Well, then say
And
don't use
we're
Vent. And no one can use
we're
Vent.
right now. I don't know if we're going to be playing it on our server or on their server. They sort of want the home court advantage, but we have the Source TV
jetpacks.
already set up, and we do have jetpacks.
My servers got jetpacks.
Nice.
Next on the loudspeaker, the Meet the Scout video was released this week.
Yeah.
Boink.
Bonk.
Boink.
Boink.
Bonk. That was good stuff.
Who wants to go with general impressions?
I thought it was hilarious. That's my impression. It was awesome. My favorite part is when he goes, "Yo, what's up?" That's my favorite part.
Yo, what's up? I like when he
Pokes
hits
him in the
camera.
head with a bat and says, "Yo, what's up?"
Oh, when he taps the heavy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I really liked all the facial animation they did. They didn't do this much in the previous releases. And I really liked when the scout and the heavy are choking each other, the facial expressions are more than just the vocalized facial expressions. They twisted the face like they were being, pulled around by muscles and stuff.
Yeah.
I liked when the soldier got ran over by the rail car.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just keep imagining, that's me.
Yes.
They listen to our podcast.
Yes.
And, put that in there.
And there was a sandwich. I keep wondering if the sandwich might be
I was like, why did the engineer have it?
Yeah.
I wonder if you can pull it in. I wonder if it's a model in the game now.
I don't know.
But that would be
Awesome.
pretty cool.
It was great how,
It should be sappable.
The heavy was just so peaceful, and he was so content on eating that thing.
Yes.
I was so mad. I mean, all he wanted was to eat his damn sandwich.
I know.
That scout just
Punk
came up.
Scout.
Scout savage.
Real classy. Kill a guy for his sandwich.
Had to ruin his day.
Yeah.
I liked that it was on Well. I liked how it started off. It was very familiar because you just kind of see a Well game happening, but with, well, I guess some kooky stuff like you look over and the soldiers like juggling and stuff like that. So it's like, not too serious, but I like that part. So.
There wasn't a whole lot of combat in this one. In the other ones, like there's usually like force against force going on. And this one was pretty much just the scout running around for the most part.
Yeah, I think it's because if the scout gets hit by anything, he's dead.
True.
But yeah, that was probably one of my favorite parts is when he comes out of the door and is running across the field.
Yep.
But yeah.
It's a good looking video. You can get it. I mean, it's on YouTube. You can see it there, but you're missing out if you go and get a higher res version of it because there's a lot of details and it looks good.
Yeah, you can get it straight
Well,
from
it's
our
also,
feed now.
you can download it through Steam as well.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Or from our feed.
Yes, we have a feed on go to our website.
Yeah, you can watch it right there if you have Media Player 11 or something.
Absolutely. Although it didn't come up for me on my Firefox.
Yeah, whatever. Ooh. I'm sure it works just fine, even though it didn't come up on my computer either.
I blah, blah, blah,
Learn
blah,
to
blah.
Firefox.
You're wrong!
And another item here on the loudspeaker is a custom class. Basically, was it 3 or 4 weeks ago? Fred asked us a question of if you could create your own class for TF2, what would it be? And there's been a lot of discussion on the forums. Especially Fred, he has created a couple of classes along with drawings and everything, very detailed descriptions of the classes. I
actually haven't looked at that because I didn't want to be
to influence.
Yeah, now I'm kind of worried.
Same here, exactly.
I'm like, I hope I didn't pick one of the classes he did.
See, yeah, I don't know if someone has already done my class either, but after this episode, I'm going to finally go back and look at all these custom classes, and it could possibly be a new topic that we could talk about in the future, because there's a lot of new classes that people have dreamed up going on. So, anyway.
So we're talking about our classes?
What's yours, Eric? I want to know what yours is.
Okay. Okay, first I have a question. What do all of these characters have in common? Night Wolf from Mortal Kombat, Chief Thunder from Killer Instinct, T-Hawk from Street Fighter, and Michelle Chang from Tekken 2.
They're all Indians.
Yes.
I mean Native Americans.
Native Americans. Okay, so I've created one for TF2, and the class name is Chief.
Wow, your class is racially based? Holy crap.
That's great. I've got a Jew as my class.
Like it?
God, you guys are cheaters. I brought a Nazi.
Well, he's not going to have any money now.
So that was mine. Okay, what's yours?
No, you gotta. What are his weapons?
Okay.
You gotta give us more than that.
Okay, so this is pretty wacky. I don't see this ever really happening, but for his first weapon is the Soul Net. It looks like a giant dream catcher. It pulls people towards its location and lasts for 2 minutes. So if you put it up in the air, people will slowly get drawn to it. You can bring a whole team up, to a strange location, or pull people in a certain, kind of like a high wind almost, but, or a magnet or something like that.
So conceivably, you could put it in front of, like if you put it on your intelligence, people would get to the intelligence faster, but it would be harder for them to get away quickly.
Exactly, yeah.
That's not bad.
So it's kind of odd. Okay, so for his next weapon is the Hawk Meld. This transforms himself into a hawk, can fly, and only cast Soul Net, but can dive bomb opponents, causing death. Kind of like kamikaze.
He can fly?
So basically, you can only cast Soul Net. So imagine you fly to a mountaintop, cast Soul Net. Now, you're getting your whole team to slowly climb up to this mountain to where you just flew to, right? And then, I don't know, dive bomb someone and kill them. So it's kind of a little combo there. And then the melee weapon is a tomahawk. You can imagine what that is.
Yeah. So he doesn't have any weapons other than the tomahawk and his kamikaze dive bomber?
Exactly.
Interesting.
And I didn't think about his speed or his health or anything, but just the weapons. So
wow.
So that's Chief.
No, mine's only
Okay.
slightly more lame than that.
Okay.
Well, my whole thing is I kind of thought, well, why does I kind of like playing support classes, and I really thought that it would be cool to have some kind of support class that, like helped with the things that people are doing already.
Okay.
Now I realized I'm going to go ahead and preface this with the fact that after I thought this out, I was like, "Wow, this really sucks. I would hate to have this in the game." So I'm just going to go ahead. So like this is my idea, but it's not that great. Okay. So I was thinking, well, okay, I would want to provide some kind of movement change. So I thought, why don't I have a cat burglar? Some kind of cat burglar. So basically, you could move up walls. Okay, but
Okay.
it would be at a much slower rate, and additionally, I was thinking it could be a cloaking class.
Okay.
So you're a cloaking class who can climb walls. Okay, and I'm like, okay, cat burglar. Well, what do I hate? What annoys me? Okay, I hate the fact that spies can just run around and sap everything. So I'm like, okay, why don't we give them booby traps? Why don't we allow a cat burglar class that has proximity mines or something like that? That they can, if you were to put it on an NG's gun, it would blow up if a sapper went off on it.
Ah, interesting.
Now it might do damage to the sentry,
Right.
But I was like, hey, that would be pretty cool. And then, like I said, the whole proximity mine, with like the little red laser.
Yeah.
And I thought that would be cool. And I actually was like, give him a melee weapon and nothing
Like in
else.
Duke Nukem.
Huh?
Like in Duke Nukem.
Yeah. And then I was like, give him a melee weapon, that he can use, like, and no backstab. I don't want to do that. But I was like, with the laser trip mine and the ability to, booby trap things like the sentry gun or a hallway, so that if somebody ran around the corner, they could blow up. Okay. But then I was like, wow, that would be really annoying. I would not want to play against that character. That would be, if you just ran up and you went to sap something and it blew up, and you'd be like, what? That's so lame. Why? So my class is totally cheap.
Well, I got
You would have to
something.
come up with a counter for it of some kind.
I've got the counter for it, which is actually my class.
Oh, what was
Really?
what was the
Well,
name?
it's not really a counter so much as it's nemesis. Wait,
Oh, what was the name of your character, Wes? Did it have a
Cat
name?
The
burglar.
cat burglar.
Oh, the cat burglar.
well, the
Burglar.
cat burglar
Or the thief.
is going to have to look out for the bounty hunter.
Nice.
Oh.
And so I was thinking I wanted something kind of different that would be kind of different in the gameplay than other classes. So this guy, he would be kind of faster probably just a little bit faster than the medic. So he can catch up with everybody, but maybe the scout.
Okay.
And his abilities is he's going to have a Garrett. Don't ask me why. I kind of thought of this like right before we started the podcast. But it'd be like a backstab, but it'd take 2 shots.
Yeah.
But the graphic would be of him like putting a wire around someone's head.
Oh.
Nice.
It was kind of this bounty hunter / assassin kind of thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then he'd have dual revolvers as his gun weapon, and he would
Sweet.
go off shooting people with that.
You get a lot of bullets off quick, but you have to reload a lot.
Yeah, and he would, let's see. Okay, people with the highest score are automatically on the bounty hunter's list.
Wow.
So he has a list of people, and then people who cap a flag, cap a point, like capture a point, are on the bounty hunter's list. Now, you can only be on the bounty hunter's list, like, you can't be twice in a row. Only one, and then if he kills you, you can't be on there next. But all that
like
does is
that.
it basically puts the beacon around them.
Oh,
So
right.
now they go,
right.
and you could do something where they get more points or something.
Marked for death.
for killing them or something like that. But that's about it for him.
That's cool. I like that. Neato. What about Spencer?
Mine's not really very well thought out at all.
Mine wasn't either, so don't feel
Mine
bad.
either.
But I thought the Bionic Commando.
Oh, nice.
Because, bionics and 50s vehicles go well together.
So you're talking about really long, stretchy arms?
Yeah,
Or not
I'm talking
stretchy,
about a
really,
robotic arm, and he can't jump, but he can swing around on his robotic arm. He can grab enemies with his robotic arm, and I even thought, how cool would it be if he could like grab a turret and carry it around with him?
Oh.
I like that. That's cool.
And he would just have some sort of basic weapons to go along with it. His melee weapon is clearly his bionic arm. Maybe an assault rifle, something like that.
That popped out of his arm?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
The other arm?
Seems a bit much. But yeah, that was my idea. I know I don't have a whole lot to go with it.
Well, that's kind of cool.
He's not an Indian. So you could possibly make him Mexican. I don't know.
That's great. Mexican, and then we have the Jewish
Mexican
bounty
bionic
hunter.
commando. Yeah.
Yes, and a Nazi cat burglar.
Nice.
I see these coming to fruition. I think Valve's taking notes right now.
Wow, these were terrible. We should never be involved with class design.
No, we shouldn't.
Oh wow!
Except for me, mine's awesome.
I do like the idea of like moving at heavy speed with a turret on you. Like if you could just slowly come around the corner, carrying the turret, that would be awesome.
So I was going to say maybe the class should have been like jetpack wear.
Yeah,
Ooh,
like
big
like
stuff.
Rocket Man.
has been. It's already been established that jetpacks are not fun.
But only for one class.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
You know what?
Chief.
I'm
Chief
going to change my class. My class idea is now the God mode character.
Nice.
He has no clip and
Unlimited ammo.
He's invincible, and his only weapon is a
Halitosis.
I was going to say a zero range nuclear blast.
Everything he types is in elite speak.
Like, nuclear launch detected. Little StarCraft.
Launch fighters.
Yeah.
I'm going old school Star Control.
Okay. So that was awesome.
That was awesome. So
Was that the end of our on the loudspeaker segment?
it was. Reconnaissance this week is Turbine. This is actually a very, very old map. This was out before the SDK, correct?
Yes, I believe so. And also, I'll say it again. I'll probably say this every episode, but this is my favorite map of all time.
And
you've said that in the past. It's not the first time you've said that.
I think that was his point. Do you even listen to this podcast, Spencer?
No, I'm saying he said that about this specific map. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, this is a fairly straightforward capture the flag style map. The intelligence is on the ground floor. There is a large central room we will call the Turbine room because there are turbines in it.
You think that's where you got the name from?
And the map is called Turbine. And then there are 2 hallways branching off to each side from that central room. One we will strangely call the front hallway because it's the fastest way to get to the base, and the second we'll call the back hallway because that is the longer of the 2 paths. Additionally, it runs by the spawn. There are also some vents that go from the turbine room to the back hallway and then come out near the intelligence. Are we satisfied with all these names?
Yeah, those are vents. Vents.
Vents.
There is only one other area that I will mention, and that is in the front hallway. There is a raised area that we will call the ledge.
Right.
The ledge.
Yes.
And part of that has bulletproof glass.
Does it really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice
it. Was an upgrade, or it was a newer version of Turbine. I mean, last year, long ago, but it used to not have that glass wall.
I didn't even know there was any glass there.
That.
Yep, it's a glass wall right when you walk out of the vents. You're behind glass because it was annoying because people would snipe all the way across.
Oh
the,
no,
you know what I'm talking
you're
about?
talking about the turbine room.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about the cap room.
I'm talking about
briefcase room.
where the engineers built.
no,
That is the ledge.
That thing.
Okay, let's stop real quick because I just got it wrong too. You're talking about you come out of the flag room and there's that. It's like a stage up there.
Yes, and
you'll
there's
see
no. You have to.
NGs,
Yeah,
put
you
a
have to.
dispenser, jump on that, get up there, and then build up there.
Yes,
Oh,
that is the ledge.
Okay.
And you're talking about the ledge in the turbine room with the glass. in
We'll
front
call
of it.
that the balcony because it's more like a balcony.
Yeah.
Or we
the
could do
deck.
stage and ledge.
I like deck. That's fast.
We
One
went over
syllable.
these before the show.
Eric threw
And
a
I
wrench
specifically
into the whole
I got it wrong.
talked about every one of these beforehand.
All right, continue.
It's a fairly straightforward capture the flag map. The distances are not that great. You don't have any big spiral staircases like you do in 2 Fort.
And no elevators.
No elevators on this map. There are lots of different pathways that can be taken. But at the same time, there's not so many so that you've always got a given on getting through.
Mm-hmm. The spawn room is interesting. There's 2 ways in and out of the spawning area. It's encased in glass, so you can always see into the spawn room, which is, I think, it's cool.
Yep, you always know, like, can I go out safely?
Yeah.
Or am I going to have a pyro, making me hurt?
Yeah, and it's really impossible to spawn camp in this game, or in this map, because of where it is, and I hate to say it's on an elbow, but it is. Drink. And you can't really spawn camp that area because you're exposed to 2 sides, and it's a heavy traffic area right there. So
additionally, like, no matter what direction you would choose to camp the spawn from, there are ways that the people could get out and defend it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
If they did it right. The back hallway has some small features on it. One of them is a little dead end kind of. There's a set of double doors that you can kind of peek into, or kind of go into what do they call it? It's a nook, because it's inside.
Oh, yeah. It is a nook.
It is a nook.
I think that'd be more of an alcove. I think nooks are much smaller.
You might be right.
Alcove?
Yeah. I don't know. But anyway.
Bend over. Show them what a nook is like.
Yikes.
Let's go outside and make it a cranny.
There, I think.
Huh?
I think there's some ammo in that.
Yes.
alcove.
It's also a good place to stand and watch, because directly across from it is the vents. The entrance to the or one of the entrances to the vents. So you can watch the people. Like if people are stupid enough to come running by and not pay attention to people outside the door, you can watch and go, oh, hey, there's a bad guy going through our vents. Let's kill him.
Yep.
The getting into the flag room, you typically, you'll get 2 kinds of. Not a lot of people attack from the back hallway. Correct? Incorrect?
In the back hallway.
I'd say it's normally vents and front hallway. I think you see a lot of people out in the turbine room defending the back hallway, because that's where you assume most people are going to be coming from. If you're defending, you're going to go the other way and defend.
Right.
If you're attacking, you're usually going to go down the back hallway and come out that way. So I see a lot of people defending that way.
Yeah.
But most of the combat is probably going to take place in the front hallway,
right,
and in the turbine room. The turbine room tends to be a big scout fest.
Yeah,
there's lots of scouts running around, causing mayhem, jumping about. There are 2 stairways that go up to what I was calling the balcony, and you'll see a lot of demomen, soldiers, and snipers up on the balcony.
Mm-hmm. And engineers.
Engineers on the balcony?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like it's a really spy-heavy area, too. There's a lot of places for spies to kind of tuck in and do their dastardly deed to death.
Another thing is there's more. There are changing rooms. Yeah, remember last week? You can kind of run around the containers.
Oh, right. Changing rooms
and change into a.
Yeah, there's also a med kit, a full med kit in there, and everyone always fights for that.
Yeah.
In the nook.
Yes, there is a little nook, another doorway.
Yeah,
another alcove.
Is it an alcove? I have to look that word up in Webster. Anyway.
But
I think it'll say it's a larger nook. Not positive about that.
I'm detecting not a lot of talk about this map.
I've got some. So you seem kind of confused about the engineers up there, but I always see engineers go to the opposite balcony and set up a teleporter or sentry and try to house out of there. Now, they don't last that long, but they can help sometimes.
Now that you mention it, I have seen it on my side, but it's rare, and when I do, it requires a lot of attention to protect it, and I'm not sure what you're getting is worth all the effort you have to put into keeping it.
Yeah,
I agree. I
agree with Wes. I think it's a stupid place to put them.
I think I see a lot of times it's a good place for you get a gun up there, and it's hard to get down if you have people that are active in the turbine room. If they're keeping people down from the bottom, it's pretty effective at keeping people out of the vents. from coming out of there. And so if you get a teleporter up there, you've got a nice stream coming from a different exit.
Yeah, but it's just so fragile. I mean, it's not well
those
protected.
guns are fragile everywhere unless you have like 40 of them back in the bag on the stage.
Well, not just the gun, but the teleporter too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just not a protected area for a teleporter. There are better places for teleporters, in my opinion.
Well, we'll get to that later.
Jeez.
You are such a good mood today.
Sleep. I'm going to sleep.
I think you are.
Why don't we go ahead? Do we want to go ahead and start breaking down the classes?
Yeah. I think that'd be good.
Okay.
I want to start with the spy just because I'm thinking about this right now. The spy, I think, is good going the back way, through the back hallway, versus the front, because there's just so much action in the front. You're going to get pegged, I'm sure. Also, I think it's really not a good idea for spies to use the vents because it's so small. You're always going to bump into someone and blow your cover. I just don't think it's a good idea.
And for a spy, I mean, the turbine room itself just has so many little places. I mean, you can duck behind a turbine and
changing rooms
and change, or you can duck into one of the little alcoves and change, or under the stairs. Or wait, can you go under the stairs? Yeah, you can go under the stairs.
Eric and I were talking about this earlier, and I think the vents, coming out of the vents, is one of the best ways for the spies to go. But if you want to use a combination of kind of what you're saying, go the back hall and then enter the vents on that side, now you're guaranteed not hitting into anyone by running around a corner. You know, like what you were concerned about with the vents, coming in, and it's so small because no one should be coming from the right. Most of the time, once you get into the vents.
Yes, getting into the flag room as a spy, and this is actually one of the few maps that I've actually played a lot of spy on. It is the easiest way to do it is to just drop down from the vents with a disguise on. Now, another thing is a lot of times enemy engineers will build a sentry right above in the vent, right above their flag room.
Right.
Facing that hallway. And it's fragile to soldiers, but your assumption is that the soldiers aren't going to make it that far, that they're going to encounter people in the vents on the way there. Spies, I know that I sapped a lot of engineering doodads up in vents. Another thing that
I don't think that happens so much anymore. I don't see a whole lot of engineer equipment up there.
I see people doing it on the reverse side a lot.
Getting teleporters onto the opposite side in the vents is premium.
Yeah, I see that a lot, but I scout a lot that way just to double check.
And that is one thing that's important.
I mean, by the same token, it just seems like in the actual intelligence room itself, there's like 3 or 4 just primo sentry spots in there.
See, I disagree. I find it very difficult to keep a sentry alive in there. At least
if you have to tag team it, you have to have multiple engineers in there. But I mean, a couple of sentry guns will absolutely remove the vent from the equation altogether. I mean, you can't. The attacking team has a lot of trouble jumping down from the vent if there are sentries. It's even hard to get an Uber down there because you have to time both the medic and the heavy jumping down at the same time, and you're getting pushed around as you fall. So I think they're very vulnerable from fire from the hallways. But if you have an engineer tag team in there, you can really do a lot to defend, in my opinion.
Agreed. I also think it's important to have some other kind of class in there, like a pyro or a soldier, because I find that it is very difficult as an engineer, even with 2 engineers in there. If the spy is good, he can get one of you down, then and get undercover and then sap everything. It's deadly. Everybody's just shaking their heads.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
As far as being a demo goes, I find that I come out of the demo as a demo. I will try to drop down. I will try to get a spy to sap everything, and then I'll drop out of the vents and try to kill everything.
Okay.
So you're not one of those that just sits up in the vent putting stickies everywhere. So you turn and look in the vent, and you go, "Man, there's a demo just waiting there."
I've done that. I actually kind of like playing a demo on this map and just lobbing grenades down the vent at the defending team. Even if it's not doing a whole lot, it's like it's continually pissing them off.
Yes,
Yes, it is.
And and the way, if they fall the right way, a lot of times they can go right to where some of the engineering doodads are usually hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can really make some people mad that way. I also spend a lot of time up on the balcony. And then I spend a lot of time in the front hallway, and I will lay stickies down all over the front hallway. And then I'll hang out and grenade the people that try to come in. And then if anybody gets by me and with the flag and they run over the stickies, big bada boom.
Bada boom.
Big bada boom.
Big bad.
Do you want me to talk about heavy, or are you?
I actually was going to go back to spy.
Okay, go back to spy. Fine.
I
It's the
know.
West podcast. Let
I
him
know.
go. Let him go.
Well, no. Okay, never mind.
Let him go.
My
Let him
spy
go.
thing was reasonably unimportant. So let's go ahead and move on to heavy.
Okay, I hate this map. As a hate it.
Well, do you
only
play
place-
Spy? You want to talk about Spy a little bit?
Well, I hate it as a spy too, but that's just because I hate playing spy. So that's not really a good topic. But the actual turbine room itself is just absolute murder for heavies. There's no you're not effective there. You're outgunned by snipers. You're outgunned by demo men lobbing grenades from the top. You're outgunned by soldiers who can hit you from like 9 different angles. Like I mentioned, spies are very effective in that area. It's just really rough to get through there.
Yeah.
Now, if you got a good medic on you, then you can get through there. But then what are you going to do? You're going to get in the hallways where really there's not a whole lot of good you can do in the hallways generally.
What?
Because, again, demo men and soldiers rule those hallways.
I would think that a
Absolutely.
heavy in the middle of the main front hallway would rule.
With a
With a healer around or a dispenser.
yeah.
There are too many angles of attack for people to get behind the heavy. Since basically both sides are big circles, people can actually just run circles around the heavy in that area. And there's a lot of corners that people can just duck behind. Soldiers just basically destroy me in those hallways. The only place that I ever have any fun with a heavy is in the vents.
Nice.
And in the vents, the only thing that you have to worry about in the vents is demo men. That is the only thing that can even come close to touching a heavy in the vents. So basically, generally what I do is I try to rush across and climb up the enemy stairs and hang out in their vents and just try and cut that area off as a valuable exit for them, a viable exit for them.
I would think that over there near the bottom of your own stairs, near the health pack, would be good as well, because you would be keeping people from going up the stairs. You have the large container in front of you to block the way. You mainly only have to watch 2 directions, and you've got a health pack nearby and some ammo.
Except there's a door there. There's a door there, and the door, again, if soldiers can rule a heavy in a door situation. I don't think I've ever talked about that before, but
I don't think
mean,
you have. Why don't you talk to us about doors, soldiers, and heavies?
Yeah, let it all out.
Well, I mean, just heavy soldiers and doors in general. A soldier can pop a door open and put a lot more damage through a lot faster than a heavy can react. It's just the way it works. And the same is true to a lesser extent with demo men, but demo men are generally less accurate due to the nature of their weapon.
Has this heavy been drinking when the doors open?
Well, I drink a lot, so yes.
How do you think the heavy feels about himself?
Do you think the heavy
You know,
eats
with
bacon?
his hands, he just sort of pats himself down, feeling good about himself. No, I don't like doors as a heavy. Just saying.
Down
thank
with
you,
doors.
Spencer. I'd like to thank you for sharing your feelings with us about this. That was really special.
Wes, you're like a door, and I hate you.
Nice.
Only on Turbine, though.
You're like a turbine door.
Yeah. So soldiers just need to shoot through me.
Yeah, I guess you covered soldiers, too.
Did I cover soldiers? I mean, soldiers are pretty straightforward on this map. They have a lot of benefit on this map, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, the main thing is that the turret cannot shoot all the way across the turbine room.
Yeah.
So soldiers have the ability to take out a turret almost anywhere in the turbine room.
Yeah, but I don't think most turrets are going to be in the turbine room.
Well, okay. But, I mean, in my process of eliminating turrets from, the map, starting with the turbine room, did that seem like a good idea?
No. Okay, see, you're missing the point. You go to the reverse side.
Yes.
And put it up there.
No.
A soldier's not going to hit it across the room because they got to come under it.
True. And I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying that in a lot of ways, the soldier has a good way to kill turrets in the turbine room.
Yeah.
When you come around the corner in the main hallway, in the front hallway, and there are turrets on the ledge, you can pop around the corner close enough to the corner where you're not getting hit by the splash damage behind you.
No.
You don't think so?
No. Because I think there's too much going on in the turbine room for you to be able to do that.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to keep anything up there if you don't have forward progression and people downstairs doing their job.
Well, no, I'm talking about as a soldier, though, you don't have much trouble with those turrets up there unless you've got somebody harrying you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I'm going. I'm just saying that soldiers are good. I'm giving people ideas here.
Yeah.
God.
Door. You door.
Yeah.
You just seem to like doors tonight.
I hate you. Well, anyway, now I had a train of thought, and you just kept saying, no.
You're wrong. I can't help it when you're wrong. It's just... I can feel you now, Spencer.
Ooh, kinky.
Don't be feeling me.
Okay, I've lost my train of thought now.
All right, back to the spy.
All right, I think we're doing soldier.
Okay,
Soldier.
we've got soldier covered. We've got...
No. I mean, we're going back to soldier. So
Okay.
soldier is turbine room. Use your rocket jumps. You can get on top or over around the crates and carts or whatever they are, cars in there.
Yeah.
You can get up to the, what are we calling it, the balcony.
Yeah.
You get up there if you want to. It's a good place to hop up to. Know where your health is, like any map, in those alcoves. Know where your ammo is more important these days.
Well, not for everyone.
For the soldier,
Yeah.
I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're speaking only.
We're talking about soldiers.
I actually also like getting up there on the stage or the ledge is the heavy, because there's a health kit up there as well, and you can really help keep the offense from getting around that corner. It's a pretty good place to sit. Or if you're on offense, get on their ledge and you can shoot people, get angles on guns a little easier.
Oh, yeah.
And besides that, it's pretty much everything else is soldier.
Soldiery.
So
Solderific.
we need a scout.
Scout?
Is the
No.
scout?
You
Is
don't
the
need to
scout?
go with the scout. You go out there and steal the heavy sandwich, and that's what you do.
Yep.
Boink.
And you run around, you shoot people, and then as soon as the sentry guns are down, you run in and you grab the intelligence.
So let's just clear all the other classes out and just go straight for NG.
Yes. Let's go to NG.
Haven't we already talked about NG?
Have we?
No, not totally.
Yeah, not yet.
We talked a little bit about it.
I guess pyro too. Pyro's just like I use the vents all the time when I'm a pyro. Just clean them out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do pyro-y type things. I usually spawn sweep as well. I'll just go the back way a lot. The vents and the back way. I never take the front way as a pyro.
Yeah.
Who are we forgetting here? Except for the NG, of course. We're saving him for last, right? Because he's so
We've got
crazy.
Sniper.
Sniper.
Sniper is a back hallway door person, right? I see a lot of snipers standing at that door.
Me too.
Opening
Yeah.
and closing it, and shooting. Then there's the balcony is a good sniper zone.
I think
Yep.
they're a lot more effective from the balcony. I think a lot of people think they can shoot through the door and really can't.
Yeah, that may
I'm
be
just
true.
saying that's my experience. I see a whole lot of people sitting down there trying to pot shots off and failing miserably.
Well,
so.
yeah, you're basically just increased your chance twofold. I mean, decreased it twofold, because now you're not only timing the people running across, but you're timing the doors opening as well.
Yeah.
And it's like now trying to get a shot off, and you could open it, and there's a heavy sitting there because he's happy he made it across the turbine room without getting killed.
And he's full
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
sandwiches.
even though he hates that door.
So, yeah. So I think probably the balcony is probably one of the best places.
Yeah. It's about it. I don't know. I don't really play it a lot, but yeah.
I have seen some snipers that stand like in the back of the flag room and shoot down that hallway at
like
people.
basically on the intel?
Well, actually on the other side is where I've seen most of them standing back in that little, you know how there's that raised area around the intel?
Yeah.
The catwalk, and they'll be on the right side over there and looking down the hallway.
Okay.
I have seen that.
That's awesome.
And they shoot people in the head.
So, on to NG?
Yes, on to NG.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. We talked about the teleporters already, kind of, but my objective is to get a teleporter right in front of the spawn, the entrance course, and then there's a little alcove on the back hallway where there's I guess it's just like a nook, really. It's next to the spawn. That is another good place. Anyway, and then the exit, getting that right in the vent, at the very end of the vent, right before it, dumps out into the intel room. It's hard to do, but it's fun to try to get that up. And if you do, say something out loud, because it's not going to last very long. And you want people to know about it, so
yeah,
use it. And it seems like it's also another map that it's important for NGs to work together and get that first gun up in the flag room real fast.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Just to defend against the scout rush, since it's such a short map.
As a demo man, I will usually run immediately down there and snicky the intelligence because of that very reason. Nobody's going to get a sentry up in time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. A good spot I like for sentries are the little nook that I was talking about. From here, if you put a sentry, people coming out of your vents, they'll get shot, and people coming up the back way, up the stairs, they'll get shot, and it's kind of difficult to hit because of the nature of the alcove, because it's kind of in a little recessed area. So I'll set up a dispenser and a turret there, and usually kind of camp out on that area for a while. It's good for it. I wouldn't say build one there if you don't have one in the flag room, though.
Because building in the flag room here is imperative. It's such a small map that if there's not a sentry keeping the scouts in check, you'll just get slaughtered. They'll just run in and out, and the game will be over in less than 3 minutes.
Yeah. Also, right next to, what did we call this? The ledge.
Yes.
The ledge. I never build on the ledge. I build right next to it. It's between the ledge and the flag room. It kind of sits kind of recessed in a back area. Usually they'll get shot if someone is just taken your intel. There's a nice a good view from the flag or from the briefcase to the sentry. Also, people coming in through the front door, they'll whip around that corner and get shot. It's a good place. It doesn't last very long either. I guess no sentry in this map lasts very long. There
are 3 primary placements in the flag room itself, and all of them are problematic.
Yeah.
In one manner or another. The first one is as you go in from the front hallway in that far left rear corner, so that if you were to walk in the door and immediately turn to the left, it's right there.
Right
now, that is particularly vulnerable to pyros, and even sometimes if you're not there to repair it, a demo man in the vents can get his grenades over there to just slowly beat it down.
Right.
The next one is in the middle, like in the recessed area where the flag is. There is a little 90-degree angle that's like opposite the rectangle where the flag is. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Building there can be problematic because keeping it repaired is tough unless you're standing on top of it. Spies can get to it from all kinds of directions. Additionally, sometimes if somebody comes in that right entrance to the flag room, sometimes they can keep that pole in between them and the sentry, and they won't. They'll be able to take minimal damage and then get behind the sentry and destroy it. Then there's on the far right corner in the back, on the so if the flag is in the back left corner, this sentry would be in the back right corner, but it's vulnerable to soldier attacks from the hallway. This is where I mentioned that I see snipers sometimes. So obviously you can see it from the hallway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest building sentries in the turbine room. They just don't last very long. It's just a waste of time as far as I'm concerned.
Have you ever built one on top of one of the things? No,
I've seen people do it though. It's just horrible. I mean, a soldier takes it out so quick, and I mean, sure, it's out of the way, and a pyro can't get it or whatever. But they just don't last very long. Even up on the balcony, I've seen people put them up there, but again, soldier takes that out in a second.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's up against a back wall and everything. You don't even have to be a good aim to take it out. So,
I have seen them protecting, protecting vent placements.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you get a teleporter into the opposing team's vents, sometimes people build sentries immediately behind it to protect from the people who are coming in to try to get to the engineering doodads.
Oh, right.
And are we done with that? Are we done with sentry placement?
Oh, an interesting tactic that I've seen a lot of people do is up on the balcony, I'll see a dispenser in one of the corners and a heavy standing there. And it seems to be pretty effective. Have you ever done that, Spencer?
Where is this?
Like up on the balcony, I'll see a heavy standing right next to a dispenser. And
only if you're behind that little pane of glass. And then really... I mean, it doesn't matter how good your dispenser is. A sniper can still take you out from across the map.
Right, yeah. I don't know why that's a popular tactic, too. I see it done a lot.
I've never really used it. It doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah. So,
teleporters?
Mm-hmm.
They're not really needed. This is a really small map. I mean, you can put teleporters, like Brent said, up on the balcony, and they might work for a little while. But generally, the map is so small that any engineer equipment that is left unguarded is going to be taken out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I would almost say the teleporters are more important on this time to get you to the flag room. Just put one up there a little bit past the hallway, because there's so much ammo coming down that back hallway anyway that if you put it up right there in front of either of the room doors, it's going to get blown up.
And if you put them on the back of the ledge, sometimes they won't even get noticed. Like, people that are going by won't even see them back there. So you can use them as a way to get quick from spawn to where the intelligence will be coming by.
That's true.
Yeah. I would say it's more important than defense.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we did a fairly good job with that one.
Sprays.
Spray
locations.
Yay, the favorite part of the podcast.
Well, I don't know. Turbine room. I don't know. Vents, actually. I like spraying up the vents.
The vents usually end up getting just covered in crap.
Yeah. Or the bulletproof glass is always funny because you can see it from both sides.
Yeah.
Is it backwards?
Actually, I think it's just white.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. The back of a spray. I could be totally wrong.
I think you're totally wrong.
That's when you rely on the kind people in the chat room to tell us the truth.
I think that when you spray a spray on glass,
is it backwards too?
I think it's
okay. I'm not remembering.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
so do we want to talk about our visit to Valve now?
Our visit to Valve?
You sound confused.
Sure. Let's talk about it.
Anyway, next.
Listener contributions.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun.
dun.
Yay.
Okay, we've got an MP3.
Yeah, Afrit asked us another question, as he does a lot, and I always like his questions. Here it is.
Hey there, Ifrit here with yet another question. I've been playing a lot of Shadow Medic lately, but sometimes when I've been healing and gotten an Uber, I would like to know, who do you think should make the call to pop the Uber? The healer or the healed? See you guys.
Okay.
The healed.
I think that ideally the healed calls it, because the worst thing in the world is when you Uber a soldier who only has one rocket in his thing.
It's the worst for the soldier, too, because you're sitting there going, okay. Here goes 4 seconds of the Uber just reloading.
Yeah.
This is the way I look at it. I'm, as a heavy who's Ubered quite a bit. Generally, I like to call it because nothing is worse than when a medic says, "Okay, I'm Ubering you," and you're not ready to push, and then an Uber gets wasted. Now, I by the same token, I have many times had a medic that has an Uber and getting ready to use it, and then for some reason they have to use it as a defensive measure. That's fine, but generally, if you're on an attack, the actual person who is going to be doing the damage needs to be calling the Uber.
And does it really need to be called like that, or is there time for some sort of discussion?
I have played many a game where there was no talking, where pretty much all it was I hit Ubers when I hit Ubers, and if people didn't get it, they didn't, then it was a wasted Uber. But, on the whole...
Are we talking about, what you would want to do in match play?
Yes. Communication is always helpful, no matter what.
So I think it's, it's kind of a twofer. The medic says, hey, I'm ready to do the Uber, and the soldier's like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
Yes. That is usually what happens. And usually what I'll do,
combo, I think,
as a healer, I'll go, are you ready?
Yeah.
And if they say yes or no, so essentially I'm initiating the call for it.
Yeah. Because there's many a times I'll try to take out a sentry with a shovel because I've just been Ubered without any shells. When
we were playing in the GWJ match, I got Ubered, and there was a whole mess of engineering doodads, and I just was throwing down tons of sticky bombs, and I didn't quite blow up. I blew up everything, but there was still a little bit of health on the sentry, and I was embarrassed.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. I'd be embarrassed.
Shut up. Anyway,
but yeah, the gamers with jobs, I got Ubered a lot too from K. Brunel and Sigma Sign. They both called it.
Really?
Yeah, every time.
They would usually say, "Are you ready?" to me.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it? And I'd be like, yes. Our next listener contribution, we have Omen. He sends us the results of his participation on the CP drinking game, and we're going to run that at the end of the episode.
Yeah, it's about 5 minutes long. It's pretty funny, so stick around for that one.
But he played the CP drinking game and recorded it himself, and it's pretty humorous. Additionally, I got reminded in the Ustream chat. British Spy 007 got Forza Motorsport for the 360 and was playing around with it, and he made a control point car.
Nice.
And the pictures of it are up in the forum, and some of the stuff doesn't quite look as good as it would if it was really a real car, but on the whole, it's got the nice burnt orange and black, and it says tf2.deadworkers.com across the side of it. And,
that looks slick.
I know. I thought it was pretty cool. Nice. I don't know what kind of car that is, though. It's kind of like a Mini that's been elongated.
It's a Mini, isn't it? Oh, has it been elongated?
Look how long that door is. That's not a...
Oh, okay. I haven't seen one in a while.
I don't know, but
nice
and then the license plate says Rick Rowland.
That's awesome.
So anyway, that is the end of listener contributions. Now we move on to surveillance. The first video we have on surveillance, there was a new Stop the Train video released. Mm-hmm. They discovered that if you Ubered someone in front of an enemy dispenser, that the train would just stop on them because the train couldn't squash the person by doing them damage and killing them, and then they were locked up against this. They couldn't be pushed through the dispenser.
Yeah.
So they had a team of opposing medics, and they took turns Ubering the people, and it's well worth watching just to see it happen.
It's such a weird bug.
Yes, and of course it's the video is done with "Stop the Train" by Bob Marley as well.
Yeah, good tune.
Next, I found I was checking to see who was linking our podcast, and I found one website where some people were talking about doing another TF2 podcast, and I thought that this would be a good time to bring up this discussion, and maybe I should have brought it up in news and discussions since it's a discussion. We really like doing our podcast, but we're aware that we're not doing everything for everyone.
Yeah.
We don't do a whole lot of mapping or modding discussion. We don't talk about actually creating these items. And we enjoy the idea of other content being out there. Now, somebody in these forums said, well, why don't we just do a segment and have Control Point release it? And I was like, well, that wouldn't be a half bad idea. If you have some good quality stuff that you want to do that you think would fit in our podcast, talk to us about it, record it, edit it, and if it's good, we would be willing to run it.
Totally.
As a matter of fact, if you're doing or planning any kind of a TF2 podcast, we are happy to promote it. We will talk about it on our show. We will put links on our forums. We are not selfish about what we're doing.
And if you give us something that sucks, we'd like to make fun of it at least.
Yeah, and we'll and we'll put it at the end of the show like Mint songs. Mint's gonna give me hell for that one.
I listened to all those songs on the way to Mississippi this weekend.
I'm gonna laugh about that for a while. I thought that was pretty funny.
Mint does TF2 parody songs, by the way, for those who are.
Yes,
totally.
And they're excellent, and I am just picking on him because it's fun to pick on him. Anybody else have any points about that?
I think that's a great idea. I mean, we've always really wanted that since day one. Any kind of contribution that's short, long, whatever, anything would be great. A reoccurring spot like you were saying, if it's 10 or 15 minutes and we run it every single week, that's still cool stuff that we'd like to do. So
now. Yeah. I will recommend that people be more concise than they would normally be.
Right.
Yeah, don't act like us.
Yeah. We are not good examples for how to provide good content.
Yeah. Concise to the point is key. Not calling Wes a turbine door and stuff like that,
yes.
and heavy bacon,
yes.
and
Yes.
Well, cool.
Do you have anything to add to that, Spencer?
No, you guys pretty much covered it.
Okay, our next piece of surveillance I got from Ash Williams, who I haven't heard from in a while.
Yay.
He sort of fell off the face of the earth for a little while.
Totally.
He provided me with Scout Goong. This is a Team Fortress 2 video, and it's actually part of a meme that's been going around. There's this one kung fu scene where this guy is fighting his way up through a building, and it's got like a circular ramp kind of going up around the edges of the building. And the shot, it's a single shot video. So it's a continuous single shot kung fu video, and they replaced and evidently people have taken other video games and replaced the sounds in the fight with these other video games, and someone did it with TF2, and I have to say I like it.
Yeah, it's good.
I like it a lot.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it's good.
You were listening to it earlier.
No, it wasn't.
The Scout. Remember all the Scout noises that were coming from over here?
Boink. Yeah, it's really impressive too, just because he's so acrobatic too with his fighting, and it's all one shot, and it just keeps going and going, and everybody's on cue. The choreography is just insane. I mean, it's great to, even if you muted it and watched just the video, it's really cool.
Well, I can't wait to see it.
Cool.
It's in the show notes. Perhaps you should have read them.
Burn. A lot of burning.
No, that takes too much time.
Our last video under surveillance, there was a video called Griefing the Cheaters. And does anyone else want to talk about this?
I thought this was absolutely hilarious.
Why don't you talk about it?
What it is a guy on some other server, I don't remember what server it was, and I don't know if it was even mentioned really, but at any rate, a guy caught someone cheating, and you could see what he's doing in the video. The guy is speed cheating. You see him doing a little fast forward, and
he's also using an aimbot.
Should be able to.
Yeah, he was using an aimbot. You could tell because he was mostly focusing on walls where people were behind the walls.
Gotcha.
And then as soon as somebody peeked out, he was shooting them.
So the server admin didn't kick him. Instead, what he did was he made it so that player did no damage and essentially had 1 hit point and would die with the slightest bit of damage. And it took the guy quite a while to figure out that anything was wrong. It was absolutely hilarious. I mean, just him coming out. They were playing on a what's the map?
Badlands.
Badlands.
Badlands. Yeah. And the guy jumped off of the bridge and died, and he was like, "Man, I just died from jumping off the bridge. What's going on?"
Yeah.
And what was really awesome is he would like be point blank with like wasn't he like a pyro?
Yeah.
And he would be like flaming somebody like a demo man totally, and the demo man would kill him, you know?
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, we liked watching the cheater suffer.
Yeah.
And who submitted that video?
I actually saw it before it was submitted on our forums.
Ooh.
Okay.
I actually surveilled this myself.
Surveilled.
I was on
surveilling.
Are you eating bacon flavored jellies too?
it. No,
That's what I sound
Gross.
like when I eat.
Isn't it survey?
it is. That's my joke from last week. I'm continuing the bad English.
Excellent.
Okay, time to move on to shoutouts.
Yes.
Player of the week.
Player of the week.
Brent,
This week.
who's the player?
The player of the week is Ifrit.
Yes, and I would like to point out that Azrael got right on the player of the week last week. Immediately
good.
after the podcast came
nice.
out, he did his duty and
That's
and quickly
He asked me why I was so adamant that he had to be the one to do it. He was a little worried. I said it was, just a little hazing. That's all.
well,
Hey, great work.
He's still a freshman, so you got to do this one too.
We gave it to Ifrit. He contributes to the show constantly. There's usually every week there's at least one thing that he's done or made or sent in a question or something like that. He's very active, and he always speaks in red text on the forums too, which is kind of odd.
What's the icon he uses? The little
pixelated dude?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What is that from?
I don't even know.
We need to find out what that's from.
True.
Well, you can, you can do those things that we talk about at the end of every episode.
Yep.
You can,
And we've got a new one.
Do we?
Yes, you can look up Winter Coperton on Facebook. Adam.
Yes.
Spencer Copperton is a
Hottie. He's a hottie, apparently.
He's like a mutant.
I was wondering what all that stuff was.
Yeah, I changed the email real fast. I was like, someone's going to yell real fast.
Yeah, it was going to be me. It was going to be me.
I knew it, too.
I was going to yell.
Have you got us playing in any of those lame Facebook games?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Hottie. He's a hottie.
Really?
Because I go in and I make him a hottie on mine every day, so he goes boop, 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 boop.
Should we even attempt to
great.
explain what
I
Windsor
don't know what
Copperton
any
is?
of this crap is.
Well, one day you'll grow up and see the internet in a new light and wish it had never
Yes.
started.
But in the short run, you can update our TF2 wiki at tf2wiki.net/wiki/control_point_podcast. You can dig us. You don't have to, but you can.
You could.
Give us
And-
thumbs up and stumble upon.
Yep.
You can add us to your Twitter. Nailhead, Devil Turnip, or Chaos_CP. There's still no Wes Wilson.
Well,
That will be part of the drinking game.
Yep.
Dun, dun.
It's because Wes is so old.
Yeah.
He's just so old!
You can join our community. You can come and leave messages in our forums. You can give us a call at 256-513-4772. Leave us a message. We may play it on the air.
And you can get in our fine Steam chat room.
Yeah, there's an Icarium group started up.
Oh, yeah, the little web game. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's okay. It needs some work.
Yeah. needs more PvP.
Yeah.
Are you about to say something, Brent?
No.
Okay. Well, I guess that's it. Is that the end of another episode?
I think it is. I think we've been talking for a lot longer than I thought we were going to talk.
Yes, we did.
Why are you making that noise?
What noise?
Talking. Anyway.
That was funny.
Nice. Oh man, there's some helium in here now.
You are now at the end of another episode of Control Point,
Victory.
Every one of you deserves a medal!
a podcast brought to you by the Dead Workers Party. See the show notes and leave comments for this episode at controlpoint.deadworkers.com or leave us a voicemail at area code 256-513-4772.
Auf Wiedersehen! Prepare to attack the enemy's control points.
Hey guys, it's Omen from Australia here. I'm just calling in to say that I'm playing the CP drinking game. I'll be recording it for your pleasure, editing it heavily, and here's the deal. This is episode 26, Labour. Released on the 17th of the month of April in 2008. It is 1 hour and 43 minutes long, so I'm going to be editing a lot. I'm sitting here with a few cans of Southern Comfort, my headphones, TF2 playing, and a good night ahead of me.
For those listening to this show, playing the CP drinking game.
It's the Control Point drinking game.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So far, the rules, and they're awaiting further additions. Anyone other than Spencer who says click, you drink. Someone says Eric is bringing Schmexy back.
Someone makes a "get behind me" doctor joke. Wes is told he is wrong, which is like a minutely occurrence.
Yes. When the guests confuse Brent and Spencer, what's that?
I didn't get that one.
When does that happen?
I don't know.
Oh, did it happen? Didn't happen? I don't remember. I don't remember it happening. Does that mean it didn't happen? Was it at a mega cut? Oh, I don't remember. What about Snapple?
Control Point, Episode 8, recorded on December 9th, 2007.
Wait, so Brent, if you go next to a corner and the sentry's right around the corner, could you look at the wall and punch it with your right fist or left fist?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I've never tried it.
That was... That was actually Spencer that said that earlier, but thanks for...
Well, I was just addressing it to Brent. Brent never talked.
It happened.
So when a CP contributor is mentioned...
Wow, you'd get really messed up really fast.
Yeah, I know, because we have really worked hard at trying to make sure we mention everybody's names.
Ooh, they explain an in joke. I like that one.
There's one episode where they'd just be ripped. Whenever Maija Win is mispronounced.
Very good.
Meija Win.
Anytime someone says, dun, dun.
Yep.
Does that happen a lot?
News. Dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Jellyfish. The mention of a jellyfish, you have to drink.
Yes. And whenever anyone says, that's the blank over how did it go?
If we ever mention that the heavy is made out of bacon, you can go ahead and drink an entire bottle of tequila.
Yeah. The last edition on here, Nova said just put a whole block of kukri up.
Bit of a warning, guys. I've actually been drinking pre this show, so if I do end up a bit ratted by the end of it, it's not because I've been drinking a little bit during the show.
Yeah. I did not say that on the air. I just said that to you, Spencer.
Oh no! You said that on the air.
Hey, Wes was told it was wrong. I heard I know.
Spencer just randomly kicks people just for the fun of it.
I very rarely do that.
Hey, Wes was wrong. Thank you, Spencer.
Welcome to the gardening podcast.
That's another one.
Yes.
Go down to the beach. Meet some new jellyfish.
Ta-da.
Dun, dun, drink.
Are you there? Are you there, me to win? It's all them jellyfish attacking you in your face, your left face.
Moving on.
Because it rhymes with kukri.
I killed you with my kukri in the milkery. The door.
Dun, dun.
I like that. The door.
Y'all.
That's the 26th episode show over.
You're wrong, Wes. You're wrong. Up. You're wrong.
Drink up.
Drink.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
I don't know, but I've been told. I don't know. I've been told. Listening to Eric gets mighty old. Yeah. Ash Williams can... I got this music thing wrapped up. Am I meant to be drinking a whole can whenever one of these happens? You know what? They should put me on the show. I'd be like an Aussie TF2. I'd be talking but not really there. Oh, I'd be Spencer. Ow! Fuck!
Team Fortress, our Control Point 2 podcast.
I'm gonna make up a big old batch of heavy bacon.